best thing I think that I did for myself at least was to get as much real-world experience as I could while I was in college. Classes are very valuable, but they're more the philosophy of whatever you're going to do, whereas the real-world challenges will be very different. And if the first experience you have with that is when you get out of college, you're going to be in kind of a bad situation because you won't know how to make money out of what you do. You'll know basically how to do things, and you'll know the history of it and all these really valuable things that are only really valuable when explaining about what you do at a cocktail party or something.
So you're very selective with the jobs that you picked as well?
Yes, I was super selective. I had like 5 of them at one point, but I picked them based on what they could do for me. None of them were very big money makers, very minimum wage, but one of them, for example, was a print shop and a software specialist helper at a lab full of computers. At the lab, I could do my homework and work other jobs if I needed to. And at the print shop, I could print all of my homework for free, which saved me hundreds of dollars, thousands over the course of a semester. It's very expensive to, print on a plotter. Another one of the jobs, I had 2 design jobs, one that taught me how to use Flash and paid me to learn it. The other that taught me how to deal with invoicing and clients and gave me a lot of that real-world practical knowledge that they just simply were not teaching me in school. And most design schools don't teach that. They'll tell you how to design, how to use the software, not how to do the business of design. They don't think you're going to. You're going to be a cog in the machine. So it's very, very helpful to learn that stuff, make the mistakes early. And I made many mistakes, but I got them out of the way when I had that safety net of school. If something went wrong, so what? I'm in school. But once you're out, then you have to make rent. You have to start paying off your loans. You have all these responsibilities. So getting those mistakes out of the way early is good. And choosing your jobs very carefully, making sure that each of them gives you an additional benefit outside of the money, because no matter what, that money is not going to be very good, usually, unless you get very, very lucky.
And you said you're a voracious reader, so you continue to read books that will help you expand your business practice or just things you're interested in?
I would read off and on different things. So at any given time, I'd read about 50% about what I was actively focusing on, so like design or web development or that kind of thing, and then the other 50% would be anything else but that, to try to give myself a broad knowledge of many different things. Worst case scenario, it makes you a more interesting person because you can talk about just about anything. Any topic that comes up, dealing with a client, just at a party with friends, whatever, I feel like I could hold my own in just about any topic now, because I know about enough fields and enough related fields that I can contribute something to it. Usually some insider knowledge, because I've done enough talking at this point that I've gained more from that knowledge. But then also the supplementary skills that you learn are just as valuable, if not more valuable, as the skills that you're actively learning in school. So I learned design in school, but most of my money straight out of college came from web development. It was something I taught myself. And then after that, most of my money now comes from the marketing, comes from the social media practices, comes from just talking, really, being able to put together different pieces of a puzzle of somebody's brand and tell them what will be the most effective way to represent it visually, as a philosophy, as in writing, like with the copy, all those little things. Didn't take courses on any of that, but just by reading enough things about many different fields, I was able to put it together into a package that now is very valuable for my clients, but also very profitable for me.